Welcome again to Wednesday night worship at Faith. During these 5 weeks of Lent, we've been focusing on a wonderful verse from the New Testament. The verse is Colossians 3, verse 12, which says, "As God's chosen ones, holy and beloved, clothe yourselves with compassion, kindness, humility, meekness, and patience." Last week, we focused on compassion. This week, we asked the question, what does the word kindness mean to you? Here's what you said.
Kindness. As a middle school principal, I would wager to guess that I preach about kindness more often than Pastor Steve or Pastor Brian do. It's a daily adventure for me when we're dealing with 11 to 13-year-olds who have to live and work together 7 hours a day, 180 days a year. They're not always kind to each other. And it is that preaching of Jesus, of kindness, that I constantly fall back to. That if we could all treat each other kindly, how much easier things would be, how much more we could get done, how much easier life would be, whether it's school or anyone else for people. It's just a very important trait, quality that Jesus has taught us, that I constantly am, like I said, preaching and trying to live.
Kindness for me is the gift of unconditional love. It's the love of God that we continue to give to those that are less fortunate. And it's a time of caring.
Well, I think of family, I think of my mother and all the wonderful things that parents do for you.
When I think of kindness, I think of my dad. My dad was, he was a man, you know, he had all those features of masculinity, but he was a gentle, kind person.
I think of kindness as doing something, if it's even only for a moment, of putting someone else before your own thoughts.
Kindness to me is a lot of different things. And it's really hard to describe kindness, what it is, without using the word kind. But I've come up with this idea that it's really it's a little bit of each one of these things. It's a little bit of consideration. It's a little bit gentleness. It's a little bit compassion. And it's a little bit mercy. And I think because it is all of those things, and it's kind of complex in a way, not everyone really has it within them to be kind, and I think that's part of why it's listed as one of the fruits of the Spirit. Kindness, a kind spirit is really the result of walking with God for a period of time.
Kindness is helping someone in need.
Kindness is putting other people's feelings before yours.
Kindness is a whole bunch of other words I'm making up, like helpful and nice.
An act of kindness could be doing something helpful to another person even when they don't ask for it.
Thank you to those of you who helped with tonight's video. You've given us a great head start on the word kindness. The challenge now for 1 week is to go out and practice that word and see what it means for you. So happy practicing.